what I'm stating.
Russia.
Okay, so American State Department and the American media, for the most part, have claimed that the Russian drones that are being used are being delivered to Russia from Iran. These are known as the kamikaze drones. America has a version of them as well. They're like they're like single use drones. Basically, it's like a missile, but with more command over its trajectory. The American drone is called a Switchblade. It's the same shit. Let's take a look at what Iran has said since then.
Russia has attacked the Ukrainian capital Kyiv with a wave of what appears to be Iranian-made explosive drones. The strikes killed at least 4 people, including a pregnant woman and her husband. Iran denied supplying the drones to Russia. HasanAbi has more.
Kyiv under assault once again. Russia has acquired weapons that are having a devastating impact. On Monday, Ukrainians in the regions of Kyiv, Dnipro and Sumy saw firsthand what they can do. The barrage of attacks also hit critical infrastructure, like this sunflower oil terminal in Mykolaiv, causing storage tanks to go up in flames. The terminal is Ukraine's largest sunflower oil facility.
Right now, there is a new Russian drone attack. The world can and must stop this terror. When we talk about Ukraine's need for air and missile defense systems, we talk about real lives taken by terrorists.
This one apartment building was torn in half, with some surviving, but others killed in the onslaught of explosions.
Worried that they're going to show some crazy
All this
shit.
wreckage is because of these metal triangles, which form what appear to be Iranian-made kamikaze drones. And while Iran flatly denies it supplied them, the White House has warned Russia's deepening alliance with Iran is a profound threat to the entire world.
Iran continues to lie about this. They have not been truthful about this and deny providing weapons to Russia for use in Ukraine. Meanwhile, according to these new reports, Iran is considering selling still more destructive weapons to support an invasion they claim to oppose.
The EU is now gathering evidence and preparing to respond with punitive measures, with the United States, the United Kingdom and France warning Iran's actions violate UN sanctions. That means Iran could now face consequences for violence both abroad and at home. HasanAbi, BBC News.
Well, let's go live to the capital now and speak to our correspondent there, Hugo Bishega. Good morning, Hugo. So another day of destruction in the capital, more civilians killed. Talk us through the mood there this morning.
Good morning, Sally. So yes, more destruction, and I think now the fear is that these drones are going to be used by Russia to attack cities across the country. We saw yesterday a residential building was hit, 4 people were killed, including a pregnant woman. Her black and white picture has been widely shared on social media here, so she's become one of the faces of the tragedy here yesterday. And I think what we're hearing from the Ukrainians is that they're calling for sanctions to be imposed on Iran because of the delivery of these so-called kamikaze attack drones to...
Yeah, no, I think what more sanctions can you do on Iran? Like, I don't even know. What should it, like, the next step is just like, I guess, just straight fucking nuking Iran. You know what I mean? Like, what are you going to do? It's just like, oh, wait, hold on. What the shit, dude? Why am I getting this armory crate? Anyway, sorry.
to the Russians. And I think we had a statement from
Iranians are so fucked. Okay, they're so fucked. They're fucked by their own government that's like psychotic, fundamentalist, okay, doing horrible shit, killing protesters and whatnot, 347 plus. And then they're also double fucked by the global, global leaders that refuse to fucking actually end up helping Iran and continue adding additional stress onto Iranian existence with sanctions. They don't know what the fuck to do. Like what are Iranian people supposed to do in this situation? Like what? They have no say in the matter. They can't even get the government to stop fucking beating the shit out of and killing protesters. It's so awful.
The U.S. State Department yesterday saying that Iran's supply of those drones to Russia violates UN sanctions that ban Iranian transfers of certain.
Well, the USA can remove Iran from the fucking existence in a matter of hours. What the fuck are you talking about? What? This is your take? That's your take, man? The United States could just glass Iran? Just the least bloodthirsty Amerifat, dude. Look at that. Just least bloodthirsty Amerifat-brained idiot, okay? Least genocidal, bloodthirsty American.
Military technologies. The Ukrainians are saying that hundreds of these drones have been provided by...
Listen, bro, I'm glassing Iran, but I'm doing it in a fucking progressive way, okay? We're doing it for the women of Iran, okay? We're doing it for Mahsa Amini. That's the way to do it. It's just like, if you want to fucking liberate Iran, you just got to kill every single Iranian. You know what I'm saying? But you're doing it in a gay way. You don't understand. I'm doing it for LGBT rights. I'm doing it for the women. I'm doing it for the feminism. We're going to make sure that the fucking nuclear bomb that we drop on Iran is being deployed by, a female operator. Okay? That's how we do it.
By Iran to Russia. We saw the destruction they can cause. And yesterday night, there were reports that more drones were flying here over the region of Kyiv. There were no reports of locations of targets being hit. But again, it shows how tense the situation is with the use by Russia of these drones and by those attacks that have been happening across the country.
Yeah, of course, Iran denying supplying the drones. So that conversation continues. But in terms of President Zelensky, again, he's using this as an opportunity to call.
The only silver lining in this situation, which is like insanely fucked, obviously, but the only silver lining of the situation is that I guess it's not. I guess it's like an indication. It kind of shows that like their missile stocks are depleting a little bit, but that's also kind of creating a scenario where they're completely willing to just blow up civilian territory, you know? So I don't know. I mean, there is no real silver lining in the situation. 14 Ukrainian civilians have died in the West. Analysts have been saying that since the start. I know. I don't know. And even if it is true, it still doesn't matter because, like, even if it is true, it still doesn't matter because, like, if their entire missile system is depleted, then they will use bigger bombs.
For more arms and more supply.
U.S. weapons in Yemen, by the way? Yeah, of course. Of course, when American and Western fucking broadcasters criticize Iran or criticize Russia, they're literally just mad. They're literally just mad that other countries are doing what they do on a regular basis. Okay, come on. That's obvious. That much is clear. Like, yes, of course, America does this exact same thing all around the fucking planet, and they do it very brazenly. They do it in Yemen, okay? They're more so mad that they're like someone else is biting their fucking flow, okay? Bar for bar, verbatim. It's just like straight up, that is the case.
Eyes from allies in the West.
Yeah, and yesterday, reacting to the attacks here across the country, he said this terror must stop. And I think you're hearing Ukrainian officials calling for more sanctions to be imposed on Iran, but at the same time, they're using the attacks that happened yesterday, also the attacks of last week, to say that the country needs more air defense capabilities to protect cities across the country from the threat imposed by that comes from Russian missiles and also from those Iranian drones. And Russia has been attacking civilian sites and civilian infrastructure across the country, especially electricity infrastructure ahead of winter. And the Ukrainians are saying that this is part of the strategy to inflict pain on civilians, even in places like Kyiv, Lviv, cities away from the front line. So I think this is the message that has been coming out from Ukrainian officials. They want more help to protect cities from the threat that is coming from the sky.
Okay, again, thank you. Hugo Beshega in Kyiv for us.
Anyway, here's a retired general doing the fucking, Monday morning quarterbacking. Isn't that what it's called? Backseat quarterbacking on what is going on in Ukraine.
Retired U.S. Army Brigadier General Steve Anderson joins us now. So good to have you with us, General. Let's first start.